From a left perspective, we all have been very disappointed that he became president again. He did so many terrible things in his first term, and he started his second term with so many executive orders and initiatives, with so many statements that it looks like chaos. But there are victims of these policies. There are migrants that are deported. There are people who are losing their jobs because of his policies. So it is a really hard and challenging time from a left point of view. So we will see. The future, as always, is open, but it is important to understand that there's not a huge majority behind Donald Trump and his policies. He didn't even get more than 50% of the votes. He got 49.8% of the votes. Kamala Harris was just 1.5% behind him. And also 1/3 of the people didn't even vote. So 1/3 didn't vote, 1/3 voted for him, 1/3 voted for Kamala Harris. So yes, he is an elected president, but no, he has not a clear majority behind him. And I think he is in a very difficult situation right now, because the MAGA people, the Make America Great Again people, they like what he's doing. They like him being loud and extreme. But there are regular people who voted for him because they are afraid of their economy, of their income. They had concerns about the inflation. And they see now that he's not really taking care of him. He's not concerned about those people. There's a cabinet of billionaires, and they have other people they care about. So first it was really quiet, and I got a lot of questions why the Americans, the US Americans, didn't go out to the streets. And I asked people why this is the case, and they told me they are tired because they fought for so long that he will not become president, and now he's president again. And also some people were scared because he let the people out of the prisons who did the attack against the Capitol 4 years ago on January 6th. So people are afraid if they would be harassed or if they would be in danger if they go out on the street and demonstrate against Donald Trump. But then it started. So the independent left senator from the state of Vermont, Bernie Sanders, and the Democratic Socialist representative of New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, they started a tour, the Fight Oligarchy tour. It was directed against Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, who is cutting down important parts of the government right now. And thousands and thousands of people came. In Denver, where a colleague of the Rosa Luxemburg Stiftung was present to report about it, 32,000 people came. It was the biggest rally that Bernie Sanders ever had in his life. And then a few weeks ago, there was this huge hands-off demonstration. And in all 50 states, people came out to demonstrate against the Trump-Vance Elon Musk government. And there were 2.5 to 5 million people out in the streets. Those were more people than in the first Trump administration, so there is resistance right now. The unions were not united in the election campaign. One big union didn't support Kamala Harris, even though in the past the unions were mostly all behind the Democratic candidate. And after the election, it is complicated too. Donald Trump nominated a woman as the labor secretary who is seen as the most pro-worker Republican that you can imagine. So the Teamster union is supporting her. In the UAW union, that's the automobile workers union, they supported the tariffs, some tariffs, because they hope that Donald Trump would bring back factory jobs to the United States. So you cannot say that the organized labor is united in the resistance. There are people on both sides. Yes. So most people who voted for Donald Trump did vote for him because of the economy. They have seen that in the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris government, their personal income was not high enough to pay the prices. The inflation was rising. And of course they blamed the government, which was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They thought that Trump, because his name is so famous, because of the Trump Towers, and also he is a TV celebrity, they thought he would be a very successful businessman. He is not, but they thought he would help them with the economy. So they voted for him. But now what is happening now, because of his policies, because of the chaos that he organized with the tariffs worldwide, the prices are going up, the stock market is going down, and a lot of Americans, not only rich Americans, even middle-class Americans, have their retirement savings in the stock market, so they are losing their retirement. They see the prices rising. We have a problem with eggs. There are not enough eggs in the supermarkets and they are really expensive. So I think a lot of people are getting angry. But what we have to learn as leftists is we have to make proposals that are easy to understand. As leftists, we are active in all areas of policies. But that is sometimes hard to understand for people who go to work every day and not so much interested in politics. So we have to focus prices, housing, like a few things that everyone understands, and then make proposals that are easy to understand. And I think the Democrats in the US, which is not a left party, it's more a center party with a left wing, they have to change their policies to win. So the sad truth is that a lot of his voters voted for him because they are afraid of migration. And when he said in the beginning he will close the borders and he will deport criminal migrants, that was actually really popular. But I think he went too far. Now people are being deported or imprisoned who didn't do anything wrong, who are not criminals at all. One person was sent to El Salvador, even it was just a mistake. The government said it was a mistake, but now they don't want to get him back. And I think this went too far because now a lot of Americans realize this is not just about criminal gang members. It could be my neighbor, it could be myself. And so I think he went too far and his migration policies are not as popular anymore. For a lot of US Americans, it's quite early after the election. But I think the mood is slowly changing. His approval rates are going down. And the reason for it is people realize that migrants are an essential part of the US workforce. The United States cannot exist, the economy cannot exist without labor coming from other countries. And also I think people are concerned about the balance between the parliament, the White House and the courts, because Donald Trump and his government signaled very openly that they are not willing anymore to follow court decisions. And that is a big step. And I think a lot of people who are not like crazy MAGA extremists, they don't like that. They want to have the opportunity to have a decision made by judges and not just by one single person in the White House. At the demonstrations you could see signs, we don't want to have a king anymore. So the United States was founded in opposition to a king, the British king then. And now we have a person in the White House who's saying like, I don't care about the Constitution, maybe I run a third time. And I think this is not popular and is not going to help him.